Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the second chapter of our human values and professional ethics, namely self-exploration as a process of value education. Right, so in the previous two videos you have seen the introduction part as well as the first chapter of it, like what is the need for value education, what is value education and all that. And now today we are going to see what exactly is self-exploration and how the process of self-exploration is pursued. So here, to begin with, self-exploration, what is the meaning of self-exploration? It is nothing but finding out what is valuable to me by investigating within myself. So far, whenever you have chosen some aspiration and all, you were guided by your parents or your teachers or the society saying that, okay, it's great to become a doctor or it's good to become an engineer or something like that. Whether it is career or something else in life, you were always guided by other people. You went according to whatever they have suggested. But when you start self-exploring, that means when you start the process of self-exploration, you will try to find out what is valuable for you by looking within yourself. That means your own decisions, your own thoughts, those are going to guide you towards selecting anything in your life. So that is what is self-exploration. Once you see here, exploration is observing outside while self-exploration is observing inside. So when you are on an exploration, that means you try to find out facts and figures from the surrounding areas, whereas self-exploration means you try to gather some ideas from within yourself. Like you think whether this is going to be good for me or not, what is going to be nice, what is good, what is bad. This way you judge by looking inside yourself, observing inside yourself. That is what is self-exploration. And now coming to the points to appreciate self-exploration and its purpose, you have to understand that self-exploration is a process of all these things. Self-exploration is a process of dialogue between what you are and what you really want to be. We have taken a diagram in the last class, what I am versus what I really want to be. So it's a dialogue. It's a dialogue. It can be done in front of teachers in the classrooms, or when you sit all alone, you can sit alone and try to make out what I am, but what I really wanted to be. And then when you start comparison, you will get so many thoughts, so many ideas. That is what is self-exploration there. You are exploring. You are trying to bring out what is there in your mind which you have never observed. Right, so the next one is self-evolution through self-investigation. So self-evolution, evolution means what? Evolution means development. So self-evolution through self-investigation. You know what is investigation? Like whenever there is some crime, the police investigate. So when you investigate, you try to find out hidden details also, hidden things, like during investigation they come out with new facts and things which nobody knew so far. The same way when you are doing self-investigation, you are investigating within yourself and you will get some new points from within, and you will be surprised to see, is it that I am like this? I never even thought I am like that. So through self-investigation, you will start evolving, developing. Self-development, self-growth comes through self-investigation. This is also a part of self-exploration. Then it is also a process of knowing oneself, through that knowing entire existence. We are a part of the universe. Existence is nothing but the whole thing that is there around us, the whole world, the entire universe. So you are a part of it. But when you don't know yourself, how come you are going to know about the entire existence? It's highly impossible. So once you start knowing oneself, means ourselves, then we'll start knowing the entire existence. And then recognizing one's relation with every unit in existence and fulfilling it. Now we have some relation with each and everything in the universe, in the existence. So once we understand, once we recognize what is my relationship with this, what is my relationship with that, like that, when you try to understand your relationship with every unit in the entire existence, then you will start fulfilling that relationship. Right, so because every entity, every being on this earth or in the universe is in one way or the other, directly or indirectly connected with all other units in the existence. Once you come to know that relationship, in what way you are connected with those units, then you can fulfill the purpose of your existence in this. Okay, and then knowing human conduct, human character, and living accordingly. Human conduct means human behavior. You should understand, like, we have so many conflicts within among ourselves in the society. We have so many fights, arguments, misunderstandings, so many things. Why is it like that? Because we are not really understanding what human conduct is, human behavior is, what human character is. Once you try to understand, once you realize what is human conduct and human character, then you live accordingly. This also is part of this. And then it's also a process of being in harmony within oneself and in entire existence. When you have peace within, then you can go for peace out. Okay, you can't find peace outside when you don't have any internal peace. So first of all, you try to bring about harmony in yourself, in oneself. Once you get that harmony in yourself, then you can find harmony in the entire existence. Right, and then it is also a process of identifying our innateness and moving towards self-organization and self-expression. Self-exploration is also a process of identifying our innateness. Innateness is also called as swattva. Inside, internally, what we are, our innateness, we have to identify. Once we identify innateness, we move towards self-organization and also we'll move towards self-expression. Like, see, I'll tell you, let us take some common example. Of course, it's not part of your study, just casual example. Supposing if you are trying to write a book or publish a book, what will you do? First, you'll gather some data, isn't it? Once you gather the data, then you will try to organize. You have the contents part in every book, isn't it? So you'll organize them in a particular order. Then once you do that, then only the content that you're trying, the content that you're trying to tell the people, that particular thing can be expressed properly, isn't it? So first of all, you have to gather the data and organize it properly so that it gives out the correct expression there. The same way in our life also, through self-exploration, we can identify our innateness, what we are. Okay, so once we identify that, we organize it. We organize, self-organize whatever innateness we have identified. We will, with the help of this, we will self-organize. We'll organize our lifestyle, everything, and then through that, we'll express ourselves. We can express ourselves properly. That is self-expression. And the terms for this innateness are swattva, and self-organization is swatantrata, and self-expression is swarajya. These are the three things, right? And then comes content of self-exploration. What exactly self-exploration involves? It involves two things. One thing is identifying your desire, and then you identifying the program. The program means the way in which you are going to fulfill your aspiration. Having an aspiration is different, fulfilling it is different. So that fulfilling is only the program here. So self-exploration involves two things: identifying your aspiration and the process to fulfill the aspiration, your desire, and the program to fulfill the desire. Right? Then this part we'll see after that. Right, process of self-exploration. While going through the process of self-exploration, we have to keep these points in mind. The first one is, whatever is stated is a proposal. Whenever you come across anything anybody says or anything any statement, you don't blindly believe it. You just keep it in mind that it is only a proposal. Somebody has proposed something. Okay, and then don't start by assuming it to be true or false. Just by listening to somebody, don't blindly come to a conclusion that it is true, it is false. Not like that. Don't assume it blindly as true or false. Verify it on your own right. So using your own way of thinking or your own thoughts, you try to verify, is it really right or is it wrong? And don't just accept or reject it on the basis of scriptures, etc. Scriptures means some books. See, somewhere it is written. Like for example, earlier they said earth is flat. Right, then later on they said that earth is round. Supposing if you come across a book in which it is written earth is flat, just because you read this book and it was written by some famous person, you can't blindly believe it. You have to verify, you have to think. Right, you have to use your own right, and then you have to make out whether it's correct or not, and then whether to accept or reject that proposal. Okay, and these are the points that you should understand, you should keep in mind while going through process of self-exploration. And then the 2 steps involved in the process of self-exploration are: verify the proposal on the basis of your natural acceptance and live according to the proposal to validate it experientially. Okay, first I'll explain this and come here. A natural acceptance, it's the process of seeing or observing attentively and use your inner conscience to get the answers from within. See, they say no, somehow like you have some sixth sense. It keeps telling you, no, this is good, this is bad, like that. The same way, natural acceptance is nothing but seeing or observing attentively. Somebody gave you some proposal, you are observing it now, you are observing carefully, attentively, and then you will have some inner conscience inside. And that conscience makes you feel that, okay, this is correct, this is wrong. That way you get the answer. And natural acceptance is also a way to bring out the goodness in everything naturally. So it makes you bring out the goodness in everything. You see, even a terrorist will have a kind heart in some corner, but it was suppressed due to various reasons. So if at all that particular person tries to use his natural acceptance, then innately whatever goodness has been suppressed inside, that will come out automatically, naturally it comes out, and it doesn't change with time or age. Natural acceptance is something which is always universal, like it is applicable to all the times, all the ages, all the places, everywhere. Right? You can't say that there is one rule which is applicable in India but not in some other country, or applicable to women and not applicable to men. It's not like that. These are universal values, you can say. They are universally applicable to everyone, and that you get it through natural acceptance, using your inner conscience. Okay, and it does not depend on time or age or place, anything. It doesn't change on that. It's always standard, constant. 100 years ago, 100 years later, it's the same. And doesn't depend on our beliefs or preconditioning. We'll have set of beliefs in mind. We have set of preconditionings. Right, like whatever our ancestors, our forefathers, our teachers, whoever told us, we think that is correct. We blindly believe it, that's all. So it's a belief system. It doesn't depend on that. The belief system may be saying something else, but your natural acceptance may say something else. But often your natural acceptance is correct when compared to the beliefs. And it's always there within us. It's the same for all of us. So don't think, as I said, even a bad man will have this natural acceptance within him. It is there for everyone, and it is same for everyone. Even a bad one. Only thing is, he is not trying to use it. Once he tries to bring out the goodness, even a bad person can change into a good person. It's like that. So this is what is natural acceptance. And validating experientially means it involves living according to your interactions with the world around. If the proposal made is true or correct, it provides mutual fulfillment in our relations and mutual prosperity with the rest of the nature. Means what? Whenever some proposal is made, you try to live according to that. Try to implement that particular thing in your life and see what happens. Is it useful or is it harmful? You yourself can observe. And then when you feel that it is good, then okay, fine, this proposal is true. If it is not, then okay, fine, it's false. So you have to validate the proposal experientially. That's how when you do it, then whatever result you are getting, if you are getting the result as true or correct, if the proposal is true or correct, then it's going to provide mutual fulfillment in your relations and also in the rest of the nature. Fine. So these are the two terms, natural acceptance and validating experientially. And when you look at this, these are the two steps involved in the process of self-exploration. If you want to pursue self-exploration, number one, verify every proposal on the basis of your natural acceptance. Think what my inner conscience is saying. Is this proposal correct according to me or not? Second thing is, you also try to validate it experientially by living according to the proposal. Okay, one is thinking, the suggestion given by your inner conscience, that is one way, natural acceptance. Another is you live according to the proposal and see whether it is true or false. When you follow these two things, self-exploration is very easy. And then finally, realization and understanding. The process of self-exploration results. So what happens after self-exploration? Once you pursue self-exploration, it leads to realization and understanding. All of you will develop these two, realization and understanding. And this realization and understanding will lead to the following answers, which are assuring, satisfying, universal with respect to time, space and individual. Means whatever answers you are getting out of this what you call self-exploration, those answers are assuring, satisfying. So there is no more doubt. I have self-explored and I found out this is correct, this is wrong. So that gives you 100% self-satisfaction. The answers are 100% assuring, satisfying, and these answers are universal, as we have seen always. Universal with respect to time, space and individual, universally applicable to everyone at all places, all times. Right? So this is what is about self-exploration. Because we are going through this subject theoretically here, you may find it little difficult and little confusing to understand. But practically when you try to do it, it's very simple. What is a saint or a rishi sitting and doing in the forest when he's meditating? He's doing the same thing. He's just closing his eyes. Okay, he may not read all these definitions. You are just theoretically learning it, but he may not do all these things. But what he is doing, meditating, he's trying to self-explore. Who am I? Why did I come here? From where did I come? Where am I going to go? What is the purpose of my life? When he starts doing all that, that is what is self-exploration. So theoretically it may be little difficult for you, but when you implement it practically, initially it's in the form of a dialogue, as we have seen in the classroom with the teachers and with your friends or whatever, but in the future it's going to be very useful to you. Fine. So in the next video we'll see the next chapter. Till then, bye bye.